What is going on, players? And welcome back to the Content Creator Wonderkid Experiment, Episode 4 on Football Manager 2020. I think I got all the words for the experiment name in. Wonderkid Content Creator Experiment, Football Manager 2020. Yeah, hopefully this episode won't be as long as the rest of them. Just said we'd start on my manager. I've done absolutely nothing. I've basically been on holidays for 24 years. Reputation is up to 25%. So, we've no job history. No milestones. Done absolutely nothing. But my reputation's up to 25%. If you do nothing, you still manage to gain reputation. Interesting. Alright, so we are going to start with the first of our managers today. And we are going to start with FOGGY Plays. As you can see, still at Brentford. Listed. Transfer list for 16.5 million. Interesting. Championship. So Brentford got relegated. So, guessing 165k. Just a smidge too much for a championship club. Although, would it be? Yeah, I suppose it would be. My player looks fine, I guess. 16 first touch, 17 flair, 20 agility. I'm an agile player, but other than that, my penalty taking is quite good. 4, definitely on the low side. Crossing, dribbling, acceleration and pace, not too far off going green. If we can get a new club. The fact that we've one goal for Ireland. God damn it. Yeah, players not really progressed, I suppose, as much as I would like. 35 caps for Ireland. I'd be happy with that. 1 goal? Not so much. I don't actually... I suppose my player's probably playing as like a winger or inverted winger on the left. Maybe. Definitely not an inside forward. We do have an active relegation release clause at 20.5 million. So they are willing to take a bit of a loss on the minimum fee release clause to get rid of me. Nobody wants me at the moment. I was put up for sale on the 28th of May after refusing to sign a new deal. Oh. When does my contract run out? Next year. So they offered me a new deal and I said no. Okay. How did we... Okay, we got relegated 2 seasons ago. I'm guessing this season picked up a few injuries by the looks of it. The season after, in the championship, didn't do too badly. Had one of my best seasons actually of my entire career. So, maybe I'm a championship player? 31 appearances, 3 goals. And season just gone. I played 39 and scored 6. So that's my most successful goals season and best assists. And most... Okay, so the season just finished was by far and away my best ever season. 43 appearances, 6 goals in total for Brentford, including all the cups. I think it's fair to say probably a championship player. Since the last episode, we have had a lot of tight calves, a tight groin, a hip injury. We were out for 3 months. Blisters, hernia, lower gash leg, sprained ankle ligaments. Yeah, concussion. We've been busy. We spent we're the Jack Wilshere. Look, oh my god, sorry, you have to scroll. We are the Jack Wilshere of the 6. Fantastic. I'm going to be known as Jack Wilshere from now on. Milestones, what have we done since 2028, I think it was. Yeah, nothing with Brentford. Nothing with Brentford? Brentford got relegated, yet it doesn't appear on my history. So it named Ireland's seasonal best 11 2 years in a row. First goal versus Romania, and then seasonal best 11s again. Yeah, doesn't say anything about us getting relegated with Brentford, which is interesting. I would have assumed because we got relegated, it would have said you got relegated, but it hasn't mentioned anything. Be interesting to see, does anyone actually come in and pay this money for me? By the looks of it, I'd be a decent lower mid-table relegation threatening side, maybe. I'd love to go to Germany or France or Italy, anywhere but England. I've spent my entire career playing in England. I made my debut for Ireland against Argentina, and it took me 4.5 years to score my first goal. I know, favourite person, Mick McCarthy. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't care if he gave me my debut. I don't like Mick McCarthy. A star player for his country. Need I say more? Seymour Clavage, pushing on age-wise now. I think he's 71, so we might have to make a little tweak to his age to stop him from retiring. But I'm kind of curious to see how long he goes before he retires. What age? What's the oldest player an agent can be before they decide I'm done? We are 28 now, so there's not a whole lot of time left in the players. I'd say the majority of them probably have like 6 years, maybe. Yeah. So that's my history. As you can tell, not great. Could have been better. 165k per week. It kind of makes sense when you're in the championship for 2 seasons, and then you also refuse to sign a new deal. I'm guessing they were trying to get me to sign a contract with or on less money, and I clearly value myself too highly. Technically, I'm trash. Like, the majority of these are... But I suppose I don't really need long throws, marking, tackling. Who needs to tackle? My aggression is 5, bravery of 5, yeah. Not great. 5'10" though, jumping reach is terrible. Yeah, I can't jump. We have been fairly busy playing games though, to be fair. Right, so as I said, IntoRowZ next. He is still with Brighton, which is interesting. Does have interest in him. 61 appearances for Ireland with the 2 goals. So a DM scores more goals than a winger. Get in. It's exactly what you want to see. His attributes look better. 16 first touch and technique and acceleration. 17 for positioning and agility. But he's got 19 vision. This man can see everything. He sees everything you're doing. He's like Santa. He sees you when you're sleeping. He sees you when you're awake. He's checking his list. He's doing it twice. What? Again, jumping reach, not great, but as a DM, do you really need, I suppose? It depends on the defensive midfielder position he's playing. But he has played quite a substantial number of games for Brighton. So, well done. As you can see, still in the Premier League. So, he's one up to me again. He's managed to spend almost 10 years with Brighton now. Congratulations. What attributes are close to moving up 1? So we have composure is close to going up to 16. Pace and stamina. So you could have 3 more green attributes for the next episode if all goes well on 140k per week, valued at 43.5 million. So he's pushed on, whereas I have not. Has a relegation release clause of 27 million, wearing the number 7. So, what famous Brighton players have worn number 7? None I can think of. So, if you can think of any, comments, let me know. I don't know. He has signed a new contract last season for 5 years. So he still has 4 years to run on this deal. So, but it looks like he's going to be staying at Brighton for a while, because that relegation release clause, don't think that's going to be affecting him at the moment, unless Brighton or it's not active, so they didn't get relegated. Unless they get relegated in the next 5 years, he ain't going nowhere. Liverpool want him. That's interesting. Curious to see how Liverpool are getting on in the Premier League this season. Might wait till the end of the episode to check, because I don't know. I don't want to spoil any of the other players, or how any other teams are getting on. So, be interesting to see, does he join Liverpool? What we could do. Where did Brighton finish? 14th. Okay. And Liverpool, 2nd. Okay, so that would be a nice jump up. Declan Rice, vice captain. It's not that good. So yeah, he's having a pretty happy time. Bar that one season in the Championship. Has made a comeback since then. Did have a very good season in the Championship. Back into the Premier League. He's played pretty much every game since he came back up. Missed very few games that season. Played one cup game. And then the season after in the Premier League, missed 9 league games. So I'm guessing there was some sort of injury that season. 32 games in total and 1 assist. For all his... I suppose it doesn't track the assist to the assist. So I guess the way it would work is IntoRowZ probably has an awful lot of assists. I would imagine. Because being a DM, I'm not going to get a whole lot of assists. I'm saying assists too many times. But yeah, 38 appearances, 1 goal and 2 assists in the last season. This season, 40 appearances in total, a goal, 1 assist, no players matches, only 3 yellow cards. So he doesn't get many yellow cards, which is quite good, actually, for a player who plays in his position, not to pick up too many yellows. Well done, IntoRowZ. You're not... What's your aggression? 14 aggression. But you don't get many bookings. Congratulations. Well done. 2028. So the last time we saw was tight groin. Since then you've had 2 hip injuries. They're the only reoccurring injury. Or bruised ankle. You've had a bruised ankle and 2 hip injuries. The 2 hip injuries came less than a year apart. Playing against Moldova and Sheffield United. Had a concussion against Arsenal. Ooh, as an Arsenal fan, don't think you'd be overly happy with that, would you? Milestone-wise, what have you been up to since last time? Well, a lot's happened. Relegated, as we saw. Named in the Sky Bet Team of the Week. Ireland's Seasonal Best 11. Inducted to Ireland's overall Best 11. Named in Brighton's Seasonal Best 11. You won the championship. So you've picked up another... second trophy. First real trophy. So, first real trophy, well done. First international goal against San Marino. It's a good time to score it. Then you were named in Ireland's Seasonal Best 11 again. Premier League Team of the Week. Brighton Seasonal Best 11, Ireland Seasonal Best 11, Brighton Seasonal Best 11, Ireland Seasonal Best 11, Brighton's. And then you were inducted into Brighton's overall Best 11. Playing alongside Alex McAllister. That's pretty good. 213 appearances, 7 goals for Brighton. That is Luka Jovic. Luka Jovic was at Brighton for 4 seasons. Jesus. So yeah, you've be interesting to see in the next episode. Do you go to Liverpool? Do you become a Liverpudlian, leaving the beautiful Brighton behind? And I'm curious as well, you're not 10 years there yet, right? So you wouldn't have gotten a testimonial yet, but maybe that'll be next season. We'll have to check that. Because as it is right now, only player to have spent... Would he be the only player to spend 10 years at a club? I don't know. Alright, next is Clayts. I should know this better because this is episode 4 and I've done everyone in the same order every time. Right, so it is Clayts next. Being classified as a nomadic striker now on 18k, valued at 1.9. I think I think it's safe to say Clates is probably the most disappointed with his career. It's not quite gone the way I personally expected, because, like I said in the last episode, I'm doing a save offline, just myself. Clates is an absolute monster in that one. Seems as though he didn't get the best of starts in this one. He's currently playing for Livorno, or Livorno, however you want to pronounce it, in Syria. So he's in Syria still, having been at Bologna. Could get green, which is 16 and above for me, with acceleration and agility. Other than that, it's not great. 12 finishing. I'm sorry, Clates. You knock the ball past the opponent and you run with the ball often. Decent dribbling, to be fair. Good acceleration and pace. So you can do it, but when does your Livorno contract expire? Another 4 years. 3 years, sorry. You're active. You have an active relegation release clause of 3.2 million. So Livorno got relegated. Nashville in 2029 as a designated player. You went to America? Okay. I'm guessing Livorno got relegated. Yeah, 19th. That's Andrés Villas-Boas is the manager. I wonder, will you stick around? Because, or where will you go with that relegation release clause? Because the transfer window hasn't properly opened yet. I probably should do these on like the 1st of July or the 30th of June or something. But no. 18th of June. Because that's the player's birthday. You know, for some reason, to me, that's a great idea. I don't know why. Right, since we were here last, when you were at Siena on loan, we went back and had a season with Bologna. Played 2 games off the bench. So I don't think Bologna really knew how. They sold you to Nashville, so you went off to America for 3 years, and you actually played football. Well done, Clates. You actually managed to get some football. Hallelujah. First season, you played 31 games, scored 8 goals, 1 assist, 2 player of the matches. It's not a terrible result for you, if I do say so myself. Then the season after, 33 games total, 11 goals, 1 assist, 3 player of the matches. So we're starting to get better, you know, moving up there, having decent seasons. And then at Nashville again, 10 appearances in total, 2 goals, 1 assist, no player of the match, before Livorno paid 3.4 million to bring you in. Gave you 3 appearances, 2 in the league off the bench. And yeah, it's not really worked out. Injury wise, what's happened? So you had a tight calf, double hernia, the groin, bruised foot, 2 bruised ankles, one after the other. A couple of months apart though, to be fair. So not really a whole lot of reoccurring injuries. So I definitely think Clates could play plenty of football if given the opportunity. Because while he was at Nashville, he did play a good bit of football. If he can get back to playing in, I reckon. See, he's 28 now. I don't know if you're going to be able to push on much more than you already have. But then again, with the lack of injuries, you could keep playing for another 10 years and just bounce around Europe or back to America, maybe China. Oh, could play in China. Milestone wise, what has happened? So we saw that you won the Serie C, Giron B, or B. You were in the Team of the Year, named in Siena's Seasonal Best 11. Nashville bought you for 1.1 million. Named Team of the Week twice. Player of the Month for August. Seasonal Best 11. Then Team of the Week. Player of the Week for April. Player of the Week for April. Player of the Week for August. What? Named in the MLS Team of the Week, Player of the Week for July, MLS Team of the Week again, named a Nationals Seasonal Best 11, and bought by Laverna for 3.4 up to 4.2 million before being relegated. You spent an entire year at Laverna. I was expecting you to have joined in like January. No, a full season. Why are these clubs buying you and then not playing you? I don't understand. So in your career you've won the Championship and Serie C, but Serie A clubs seem to just want to buy you and then not. Fulham bought you and didn't use you. I don't understand. I'm slightly confused. I don't know what 70 games total for Nashville, 20 goals. I don't understand why clubs don't seem to enjoy using Clates. I would have thought Clates was a good enough player that you could have been like at least in the team, you know. So next was indeed scootR, who, as you can see, has moved to Bologna. So another Italian move for scootR. Interestingly, he's gone to the same club that Clates went to when he joined an Italian team first. Green stats, decisions, and vision. So again, can make really good decisions and he can see through people. Not too far off 16s or extra greens for first touch passing technique, positioning, and jumping reach. So scootR could push on and get a whole bunch of green, and that would be fantastic if we could get another player to be a world beater. Playing in Serie A, so that's nice. Canadian international games, he has played 69. Nice. And has scored 4 goals. So that's not bad for a player who's a DM / central midfielder. So it looks like he's transitioned completely to central midfield. Or did he start as a central midfielder? No, he was a central midfielder. Yeah, it was IntoRowZ and Oblique were the DMs. So he's, like I said, you have to say he's a playmaker. I'm going to say deep lying, flair of 10, not really an advanced playmaker. He's 46k a week. It's not a terrible wage to have. Valued at 8.5 million. Contract wise, does have another 3 years to run. Yeah, another 3 seasons to run. Has a relegation release clause of 5.5 million, but it is not active. So Bologna did not get relegated. No clubs are interested at the moment. There's no transfer status or loan status set. Be interesting to see, does the club come in for him, because how's he been getting on? Has the career been going? Okay, so since went to Napoli, didn't actually play for Napoli, had a good season with Pescara, as we know, finished second to Clates' Siena team, but still got promoted, I think. Ipswich bought him from Napoli for 675,000. There was potential add-ons. No, it was minimal cost was okay. So they paid the full price for him. Played 39 times in the league with 7 assists. Managed to get himself 3 cup games as well. 8 assists in total. So he was a busy boy in the championship. Season after, played 44 games in total, scoring twice, 4 assists, 2 player of the matches. So again, another good season. To this point, the best season he's ever had was when he played for Pescara. Again, back with Ipswich in the 30-31 season. Played a total of 4 games before Bologna paid 7.5 million for him. What an investment that is from Ipswich to pay 675,000 for a player, and then within 3 seasons sell them on for 7.5 million. So Bologna bought him in, started him only 10 times, played 19 off the bench, but in total played 21 off the bench. So had a total of 31 games, 2 goals, 1 assist. Played a 6.64 average. Not a great average rating, but a decent season nonetheless. And the season just gone, started 20 games, came off the bench 14 times, but in total, including cup games, played 37 games, didn't score, only 2 assists. I'm guessing again, this is like if there was assist for the assist would make a difference. But it doesn't track that, so we don't actually know, was he the pass that made the pass for the win or for the goal? But to be fair, not a bad career. Someone who started away with suddenly playing for Bologna in Serie A as a first team player. I would be happy with that if that was my career. Injury wise, pretty much nothing actually. Put a tight thigh, 3 of them in a row, then pulled the thigh, twisted ankle, 2 tight hamstrings and a twisted ankle. Not a whole lot of injuries, it has to be said, for our boy scootR. It's a couple of reoccurring injuries, but not terrible. Like they're not career ending. It's interesting. Milestones. What have you been up to since your Pescara time? We saw that Ipswich bought him for 675k. Seasonal best 11 for Canada and Ipswich for 2 seasons in a row. Then Bologna paid 7.5 million. Scored your first international goal against Barbados. Again named in Canada's seasonal best 11 and Bologna's, and then Canada's. Then you were inducted into Canada's overall best 11 and named in Bologna's seasonal best 11. Where do you fit in here? So 55 Canadian games, where you have 69 appearances. Okay. Interesting. Alphonso Davies. Where's Alphonso? Alphonso Davies is playing at left back. What? Alphonso Davies is a left back in this world. Okay. Okay. You do you, Canada. You do you. So yeah, that's interesting. I wonder where did Bologna finish last season? 12th. Alright, so mid-table. That's not terrible. That is actually, 28-year-old Scoot, who, is a bit off getting Italian nationality. Pretty decent midfielder. I still think that he has the opportunity, still has plenty of years left in him. If he has one more good season, maybe Juventus come calling, or Barcelona might, who knows? Real Madrid might decide they need a Canadian midfielder. Bayern Munich might. Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen do enjoy buying Canadians in this save by the looks of it, because that's where Alphonso Davies was. Alphonso Davies got halfway around the world. He's enjoyed himself a bit of a cheeky career. I'm interested to see where scootR ends up in 4 years' time, because that's what I'm going to do next. And I'm going to jump forward another 4 years, see how everyone's getting on then. Disappointed that he didn't get a game for Napoli. But then again, I suppose smashed it with Pescara in Serie C. Definitely been one that our boy Seymour Clavage has enjoyed bopping around the place, just throwing him in like, oh, we're going back to England after a season in Italy. Always send him back to Italy now. Pack your bags, scootR, you're flying everywhere. Then you have to fly to Canada. Oh, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. So here we have it. Phil FM. He is quite possibly, I'm gonna say it. He's the best Wonderkid of the 6 in this experiment. He has been ridiculous. Like, he has 20 agility, 19 for pace and off the ball, 18 acceleration. No other 18s? Nope. 17 for balance, first touch, heading, technique, decisions and anticipation. 16s for natural fitness, composure, dribbling and finishing. The man's a monster. He is easily elite striker. 102 caps for Northern Ireland, 79 goals, valued at 94 million, 275k per week. I'm actually surprised it's that low. I would have expected him to have been Just a smidge higher. It is Tottenham, so, you know, wanting to keep the wages down just a smidge, you know. But then again, you look at it, it's five long throws, 5 tackling. Those are rookie numbers. Get those numbers. Oh, God. Contract-wise, obviously no relegation release clause because Tottenham wouldn't expect to be getting relegated. He does have another 4 seasons on his deal. So when we go to the next part of the episode, his contract should be expiring. Interesting to see, does he extend that before then? Because going to say probably going to finish his season or his career out at Tottenham. He is 1 season away from a testimonial. I think he's been there since 2022. So next the summer that the friendlies coming up should be a testimonial for him. We'll see, does he get one, because I don't know, will those two, I don't think it makes a difference, because I've had players at clubs for 10 years but I've sent them out on loan multiple times and not been an issue. Anyway, less about that, more about what's actually going on. Tottenham in the 28-29 season played a total of 54 games and scored 28 goals, 5 assists, 10 player of the matches, on an average of 7.39 in every competition, bar international games. That is fruity. The next season played a total of 57 games, 34 goals, 5 assists, 11 player of the matches on a 7.54. Had an average rating of 8.1 for Northern Ireland. The next season after that, 54 games, dropped a little bit, 54 games, 28 goals, 5 assists, 7 player of the matches. Not a single penalty, might I add. What's his penalty taking? 7, that's why. That's why. No, can't take a penalty. But on a 7.55, he is... Whoa. Since that first season where he was given the starting berth as Tottenham's main striker, 7s every season. The season just gone is best of his career. For not necessarily for goals in the league, but average rating 7.78. Played 56 games, 31 goals, 11 assists, 15 player of the matches. Yeah, he's pretty good. You know, he's pretty good. 8.23 average for Northern Ireland. 10 games, 14 goals. Injury wise, what has happened since the last episode? Pulled his groin twice, had 2 tight thighs, a bruised thigh, pulled hamstring, bruised ribs, bruised knee. Yeah, he's, again, not many injuries. I can see Phil playing a long time with the way his career is going. I spotted something there that is interesting. So we actually we've scrolled so far back. Right. 2028, we saw him break the record for Northern Ireland's goal scoring record. Premier League Team of the Week, Northern Ireland's seasonal best 11, Team of the Weeks 5 times, runner up in the Europa Conference 2 or whatever it's called, Europa Conference League, that's what it is. Broke the Tottenham record for the highest average rating in a season of 7.87 with 11 appearances in the Europa League 2 conference, whatever it's called. Seasonal best 11, player of the season for the Europa Cup 2, as it's calling it here. Golden Boot runner up, named in the squad best 11. Won the FIFA Club World Cup with Tottenham. Team of the Week, broke the Northern Ireland record for goals scored in a season with 13 goals. So not only is he the highest Northern Irish goal scorer ever, he's just extending it. Team of the Weeks again, seasonal best 11 for Northern Ireland, Team of the Week for Tottenham, Player of the Month for February, Team of the Week, top goal scorer runner up for Premier League. Then they went and won the Europa League the season after, seasonal best 11 for Tottenham, Euros Cup, the Europa League squad of the season, and the Golden Boot, broke the Northern Ireland record for most Player of the Match awards with 5, then won the Super Cup, then named in the Team of the Week 3 weeks in a row, or 3 weeks, then Northern Ireland's seasonal best 11, Team of the Week, named in Tottenham's seasonal best 11, a couple more teams, 3 more teams of the week, Northern Ireland's seasonal best 11, the Premier Division Player of the Month for December, a couple more team of the week, then won the Premier League in 2032. Named as the English Premier Division Team of the Year, or named in. There was named Footballer of the Year for the Premier League, Players Player of the Year, top goal scorer, runner-up in the FA Cup, but won the Champions League. Named in Tottenham's seasonal best 11, forward of the season in the Champions League, named in the Champions Cup Dream Team, Golden Boot, and best player in Europe. He's up there with Kylian Mbappe, Virgil van Dijk, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, and Phil FM. Congratulations. Golden Boot, beating a bunch of regens who are actually, one's older than you are. Interesting. Forward of the season had to be. Who did you win the Champions League against? I have to go back here to stages. Go back to last season. Final. You beat Chelsea in the final. Did you score? No. Troy Parrott. Still, that's Gravenberch, Troy Parrott. You know, you've ruined Troy Parrott's career by pushing him out onto the wing, but you've made your own career amazing. What a career. What a career Phil has had. And he's only 28, so he still has, with the lack of injuries, probably another 10 years before he's going to retire, I would say. Unless he decides he doesn't want to drop down the leagues. I'm going to say he's probably up there as one of the. He's not even on. He's played 356 games, scored 172 goals. Harry Kane, 422 games, 178 goals. I think it's fair to say Phil's going to pass him. He's what? Less than 70 games behind, but has 6 goals less. It's going to happen. It's going to be Phil FM. Harry Kane will be no more. Harry Kane is old news. Under 18s manager. No. Phil FM. Best player in Tottenham ever. So here we are. Oblique Kick Gaming is now a Barcelona player. He left the Yellow Submarines and is now playing for Barcelona. This man started his career with Cove Ramblers, went to Derby County, went on loan to Shamrock Rovers, then spent a couple of seasons in League One with Derby, before going to Villarreal, and he's now a Barcelona player. What a career trajectory that is. I know Phil's is insane. Phil went from Linfield to Tottenham. But Oblique has gone from Cove Ramblers, one of the worst teams in their division, to Barcelona. Oblique, I bow down before you. Fantastic. This is what I love about these kind of experiments. Anything can happen. Nobody knows. Attribute wise, 16s for tackling and composure. Quite good for a DM to have that high composure. 17s for anticipation, positioning and vision. 18s for passing and decisions. Doesn't have a 19 or a 20. He doesn't really need it, to be fair. Barcelona have picked him up. He's just going to get that little bit better. He's been at Barcelona for a couple of seasons now. First touch isn't too far off, going up to 16 as well. So we might have another 16 in the not too distant future. Agility and stamina are also quite high. Stamina for a DM, interesting. I'm guessing you're playing as, like, with those numbers, probably a deep lying playmaker in the defensive midfield, or you're playing as a central midfielder. Kind of curious, what position are they playing you in? They didn't play you in the last game. Hudson Odoi is playing for you. Interesting. I don't think we can actually see where you... No, it doesn't say where you play. Right. Just on the, 170k per week, 66 million value. Played 66 times for Scotland, scoring twice, just standard stuff, just, standard. Defense, just media description, defensive midfielder, just these attributes, not defensive midfielder. It's nothing. You have minimum fee release clause of 159 million. And you're getting 3.3% of Barcelona's wage budget. It's taken up just with you. You have another 3 seasons at Barcelona. I can't imagine you're going to want to leave. I think you'd be pushed up rather than wanting to leave. I don't think anybody would ever want to leave Barcelona. So no transfer status, no loan status, as to be expected, playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world. How did you get on since? Alright, so we saw your first season with Villarreal. Your second season was quite good. 52 appearances, 3 goals, 5 assists, 4 player of the matches. It's not bad for a defensive midfielder. Then the season after, played 1 game off the bench before Barcelona snapped you up for just 49 million. Just tuppence, I think, had you said that somebody was going to be... they're going to pay 49 million for somebody back here, I don't think anybody would have thought it would have been the guy playing for Cove Ramblers. I'm pretty sure everyone would have said it's going to be, Clates or Phil, one of the players who moved early. No. Our boy Oblique played 42 games in his first season for Barcelona, 7 assists, 1 player of the match. That's not bad. Then went on the season after to play 50 games, scored a goal in the Champions League, I'm guessing, because it's continental. Guessing Barcelona made it to Champions League. 6 assists. Not bad. And then best league season of your career, average rating wise. 35 appearances, 2 goals, 7 assists, 1 player of the match on 7.03. It gets better when you look at their overall. 51 appearances, 2 goals, 9 assists, 2 player of the matches on a 7.07 as a defensive midfielder with Barcelona. Just, Barcelona. Some of us are running around playing for championship sides or Serie B sides, as Clates currently is. Well, he's still playing for a Serie A team, but he's going to be in Serie B in the not too distant future. I have to say, well done. Congratulations, Oblique. I did not think any of us were going to join Barcelona until I saw Phil do quite well, and Barcelona were interested in him. But no, just Oblique, 49 million, straight in there. Injury-wise, since the last time we were here, tight hamstring, tight groin, pulled groin, tight hamstring again, twisted knee twice. No major injuries, nothing that's going to make you kind of go, his career is going to end sooner. He's only really had one major injury. Yeah, one major injury, a hip injury 7 years ago. So he's not got any major issues. Since last time we saw, I think you got your first goal against Luxembourg in the last episode. You were inducted into Derby's overall best 11, named in Villarreal's seasonal best 11 and Scotland's. Then you won the Europa Conference League thing. We need to go to... we need to go back 1 year to get final. No, it's not semi-final. Final. Was that the year... Yeah, you beat Phil in the final. Oblique has an exceptional talent for playing in games and beating other Wonderkids in those games. He did it back with Cove, beating IntoRowZ twice to the Irish Munster Senior Cup. He's now gone and done it to Phil, winning the Europa Conference League. Then was named in the Villarreal seasonal best 11 before becoming the most expensive Scottish player at 49 million. That's insane. Then at Barcelona, while at Barcelona, was named in Scotland's seasonal best 11, won the Copa del Rey, named in Barcelona's seasonal best 11. That is an achievement in itself. Scotland's seasonal best 11. Then won the Supercopa de España, won the Champions League before anyone else. Oblique Kick Gaming won the Champions League. Then was named in Barcelona's seasonal best 11, Scotland's seasonal best 11, inducted into Scotland's overall best 11 and Barcelona's seasonal best 11. So you were inducted to their overall best 11 and then instantly removed. Scott McTominay, 106 appearances. Jack Robertson, 70. So you were inducted and then a season later got uninducted. De-induct? Uninducted. So who did you beat in the final? You beat Atletico Madrid. So, Oblique, I think it's fair to say you're probably happy with your career. If you were on 170k a week at Barcelona, I think we'd all be fairly happy with that. His career is just, it's astounding. Starts with absolute shitters of co-ramblers. No offence. Just, they've actually made it into the Premier Division. They must have gotten some money for all these transfers that you've had. This Barcelona one. If Cove got money for this, that's probably set Cove up for years to come. Insecure. In the Europa Conference League. That's pretty nice. So, a successful career, one could say, playing for Barcelona. You lost the league last... Well, to be fair, Real Madrid. Pretty dominant last year. Your next move now is going to have to be getting Barcelona back their title. Where did the Yellow Submarines finish? Villarreal... 9th. I was like, did they get relegated without you? Wouldn't have surprised me, to be fair. How is the Premier League looking? So we know Tottenham won it. Fulham relegated. And Bristol City went out as well. Championships... We do have the championship. So Brentford have been promoted. So will I still want to leave? I'm the third best player in the league. Get in. So we'll have a quick sconce-doodle at Serie A. So Livorno finished 19th. Where's Siena? Have Siena moved up? They're 5th without Clates. But that means Clates could still be playing against one of his old clubs in the season to come. Pescara 15th. Yeah. I don't think anyone else is in any other clubs. I think we're all... That's every league we looked at. Yeah, actually, where did Brighton 14th? Yeah, we already looked at that. So this is how everyone looks at the moment. Value-wise, Phil FM, 94 million. Oblique, 66 million. IntoRowZ, 43.5. And then there's a bit of a drop down to myself on 18.25. scootR on 8.5. And poor Clates, 1.9 million. Some of the players have active relegation release clauses. Seymour Clevache, we're probably going to have to change his date of birth because I don't think he's going to hang around for too much longer. So I might edit that to make him a little bit younger. Because I don't think you can keep... No, I can't force him to stay. Although I could see about editing it and making it so that he never retires. We'll find out in the next episode what I've done. Apologies if you heard that. I clapped my hands by mistake. The interesting thing now is... Do we think anyone's going to move? Is IntoRowZ going to move to Liverpool? Is the club going to be stupid enough to buy me? Will Clates move after having with the active relegation release clause? Will Phil leave Tottenham and join Barcelona with Oblique? Will Oblique stay at Barcelona? The next episode could be completely different. There could be nobody at the same clubs, or everybody could be at the same club. Everybody could be playing for Barcelona. That would be the dream if we're all playing for Barcelona. or Tottenham. I wouldn't be opposed to playing for Tottenham. I do enjoy an outbit of Spurs. But yeah, leave your comments down below. Who do you think is going to retire first? Who do you think is going to make the next big move? Will it be IntoRowZ to join Liverpool? Or will he get his dream move to Arsenal? Will scootR continue at Bologna? Or will he find a new home at Juventus, Roma, Inter Milan, AC Milan? You know, will he jump up the league? Will Clates find a forever home? Or is he going to end up going back to the MLS? Which, of all the moves, I did not think somebody was going to move to the MLS in their mid-20s. I was expecting somebody like, maybe Phil FM will go to the MLS or China for the money. Maybe Oblique will. Maybe I'll go to China. I would love to go to China and get loads of money. And just be like, well, you know, I may not have had the best career, but I made the most money. I don't know. With Brentford getting promoted, maybe I'll sign a new contract. We'll have to wait and see. So, if you have enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video. Comment down below all the things I asked you to comment about. In the description, everyone in this video is linked. Their Twitter... Is their Twitter linked? I think their Twitter's linked. Twitch, YouTube, if they have both are linked. If they only have one, either one is linked. Whichever one is there. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, fellas. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like. I already said that. But do leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends, hit that bell. Do all the things that YouTube tell you to do. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!